for joining us at this morning's event to celebrate another milestone in CYC's history, the opening of our new Bayview branch office. Founded in 1970 as the Chinatown North Beach Youth Service and Coordinating Council to address the concern of increasing juvenile delinquency and gang violence, we have grown and expanded our program and service and geographical reach to serve over 4,000 youth and families each year. Today, we are known as Community Youth Center of San Francisco, better known as CYC. It is heartwarming to see so many of our friends, colleagues, and supporters here to share this special day with us. We are also honored and humbled by the presence of so many of our cities and states elected officials and representatives from our funding agencies and foundations. Thank you all for being here. And now, it is my privilege to invite Mayor Lee to say a few words.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for your leadership here. And Jaynry, thank you very much for your board leadership here as well. I'm here along with, of course, Board President David Chiu, Supervisors Jane Kim, Supervisor Malia Cohen, who represents this district, community leaders that are here, extremely valuable city officials, our police chief, our juvenile probation chief as well. I see Tom Ammiano, Assemblymember, welcome. Welcome for being here. Tom has historically been a big supporter of youth, and thank you very much, Tom, for being here too. I am part of a growing course of people who are appreciative of this fantastic decision that was made by CYC in concert with Bayview residents to open up an office here in the middle of the Bayview district. You know, when you look around, and perhaps if you look at the last few years, maybe other people decided they would leave, that maybe they felt comfortable this wasn't a place for them. And when the violence started about a year and a half ago, I know that all of the supervisors came together with me to start forming solutions to this. And some of the solutions started coming out. We started the Community Ambassadors Program that has focused on the hotspots along the transit lines. That has occurred. We worked very closely with our new police chief, who was then captain of the Bayview station, to make sure we were making sure all of the conditions here were reflective of the highest level of safety, with every officer paying attention to things that are going on the street. And then we've gone to work with great dialogue within the city family. And again, I want to register my appreciation to the Board of Supervisors for having such a dedication to issues of youth, because we reflected that in the way we decided issues in the budget. And we did that with a lot of input from members of the public to make sure that our youth programs, that employment programs, programs that would lead to leadership, better leadership, to less truancy, to less violence in our streets, programs that would help youth do that and make sure that it was led by youth and youth advocacy programs. We did that in the budget, and today, with the opening of this office, is yet another reflection that we've made those right decisions. So I want to thank our supervisors. I want to thank Assemblymember Ammiano and the communities that have been here for many, many years, sharing their concerns that youth want to go in a different direction in the city. And I just came from, by the way, a technology center called Rocket Space. And you know, that was a center where we have a lot of new technology coming up. They're creating the new jobs. But they also said, what about the youth of San Francisco? And I looked to Hydra every single week to advise me on what programs that we could be supporting, nurturing, and increasing with our school district, whether it's truancy, anti-truancy programs, whether it's ending violence, whether it's increasing educational opportunities and getting all the gaps covered. And we know that we did I think a very, very good move this year. Early on, even before the budget ended, we found several $100,000 to make sure that there was summer school for kids that weren't able to pass their math and their science classes. That's a new requirement in order for them to go on. And that's made all the difference in the world. And I know those youth are very appreciative of this. Certainly their parents are. So we're on a very, very good track. And as your mayor, I want to make sure that We celebrate the opening of this office. We know that the very first programs that are coming out is the CYC Bayview Youth Advocates that have started this program right away. They're here in the presence of all of us as a witness to the fact that when we have challenges for any community, our youth want to be part of the solution. And it's inclusive of all youth. Bayview youth who have been here for many, many years, they want a safe community. They also want their community to grow. That's why CYC is here. They want to help grow this community and grow it the right way. So thank you for the commitment. Thank you for the initial trust that you're building, but also thank you for being a part of this great community. And I'm here to celebrate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Lee. And now, to give greetings on behalf of CYC Board of Directors, please welcome our Board Chair, Jaynry Mack.
Good morning. On behalf of the CYC Board of Directors, I'm joined with my board members Joseph Sabiando and Victoria Luber. Welcome to the grand opening of the Bayview office. As many of you know, CYC has been servicing youth and their families for over 40 years throughout San Francisco. But it isn't until today that we actually have a physical location in the neighborhood of the Bayview where the youth and their families can come be serviced in their own neighborhood. We're very confident in the leadership staff that we have that will be based in the Bayview to work with the community, because the Bayview is such a vibrant and diverse community, and we're so excited to be here. We believe that the services that will be provided out of here will continue the mission and the vision of CYC to motivate our youth to be the future leaders of tomorrow. We're very confident in this location. We know it's very successful. Some of you may or may not know Supervisor Malia Cohen. This was her campaign headquarters, and look at where she is now. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Jaynry, and all the CYC board member and the advisory board member for your commitment and support to us for so many years. At this time, please welcome the Honorable David Chiu, President of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, to make his remarks. Thank you, David.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see the diversity of San Francisco here in this room. I am so pleased to be part of this announcement, in part because this is an organization that has been doing tremendous work in my neighborhoods in District 3. CYC was actually located literally a half a block from where I live on Polk Street. They are currently serving so many young people all over the city, but particularly Asian American youth and diverse youth. And it's wonderful that finally we are coming here to the Bayview. Last year, I know that there are many community leaders here who were working in the aftermath of a couple of highly publicized incidents of crime. And this uncovered, frankly, decades worth of frustrations in how our community is dealing with public safety and how we are making sure that our young people are part of the solution. And CYC has really helped to model for the rest of us how we need to do conflict resolution, mediation, leadership training. And I really just want to thank the staff, the board members, the supporters of this great organization for doing what you're doing. And frankly, I want to thank all of us for coming together. Our mayor, the Board of Supervisors, our community leaders representing the African American, the Asian American, the Latino communities. I want to thank our wonderful state assemblymen and your leadership in trying to get funding for programs for young people. All of the representatives from our city agencies and our nonprofit partners. It takes a village to make sure that we are safe, and CYC is now a proud part of the village that is here in the Bayview, and we look forward to years of your service and leadership. And I do have with me a certificate of honor that is signed not only from my colleagues Jane Kim and Malia Cohen, but from every member of the board in recognition of CYC's grand opening for your continued leadership in providing conflict mediation, educational enrichment, and job readiness program to our youth of San Francisco. We at the board want to extend our highest commendation and our appreciation and our thanks. Congratulations.
gave him. Thank you.
Supervisor Chiu. We are deeply appreciative of the support we have received from you and all the supervisors. Supervisor Malia Cohen has been especially supportive and generous with her time and energy to advocate for the establishment of this office. Please join me in welcoming Supervisor Cohen.
Good morning, good morning. Hi everyone, friends and neighbors. It's wonderful to see this place packed. I haven't seen it this packed since this time last year, as a matter of fact. So I think this place has a special anointing. We are definitely going to be victorious as we continue to go on and go forward and unifying our community. I just have a few words that I just want to leave on you. I want to publicly acknowledge Sarah and Eddie and Jaynry. These are my new friends. I've just recently met them, but I've actually worked with Jaynry for many years in the women's community, and it's an honor to continue to work with you, particularly implementing such an important message. Now, the beautiful thing about being out here on Thursday, I don't know if you guys in the media probably realize that because you're out here every week, but we have been coming out here doing things along 3rd Street on a weekly basis, and this is a commitment that Mayor Edwin has made to me in January, and he has been continuous in honoring this moving forward. And I also want to acknowledge that my colleagues here, this is not the first time, nor will it be the last time that they were here. A few weeks ago when we had our town hall meeting with the Kenneth Harding shooting, my colleagues were here. And I think that today is important because what it represents is that we have a city that is starting to come together and act like a city. No more will you find district feuds, but everyone is caring, everyone is considerate and compassionate about the people here in the southeast part of San Francisco. And I especially like to say thank you to Assemblymember Tom Ammiano. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor to see you. And I'm very excited and extremely optimistic about all the wonderful things that CYC is going to be programs that they're going to be putting forward along the 3rd Street corridor as well as in the Bayview. I do have one request. I hope that we'll be able to get some language classes here, just some basic classes. And I see some of my community leaders in here. I see Debray and I see Shimon Walton and Vivian. And wouldn't it be great to see Espanola Jackson on the mic saying Nehoma? I mean, she's definitely one of our leaders who've been in the community for 40 years, and I think that it would send an excellent message to not just our elders, but to members in the African American community to be welcoming and to be. The world is becoming smaller as we listen to the news and how technology has connected us, and that it's our humanism and it's our human compassion that connects us. And I'm looking forward to the cultural exchange that we'll have. Vivian, I'll be looking for you to hold some dance classes here, and I hope to see you next year in the Lions, doing the Lions dance next year. So this is really the beginning of such a wonderful partnership. And as our D10 family continues to grow, I look forward to welcoming more businesses that are going to be thriving on the Merchant Quarter. And I look forward to any nonprofit that wants to partner with the city. Our arms are open and we're ready to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Supervisor Cohen. And we'll also would like to have Honorable Assemblyman Tom Ammiano to say a few words and make a remark.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very happy to be here. You know, I worked in this district for a long time when I was on the school board and then the Board of Supervisors, and watching it develop and watching it grow has really been gratifying. And, you know, we are passing the torch now to the younger generation. You know, our kids are meeting kids of different cultures and races. The thing I liked about district elections is the thing that we disproved the theory that if you have district elections, then everybody will be out for their own district. And this really is a testimony to that not happening. It's a great dynamic. It's true it does take a village, although in San Francisco it kind of takes the village people. But, you know, which is another dynamic all our communities are going to embrace. And I did ask Ed Lee, I said, you know, how do you say congratulations in Chinese? And he said, Mazel Tov. So Mazel Tov.
Thank you, Assemblyman Ammiano. At this time, I would also like to introduce our good friends and great supporters, Supervisor Jaynry come here to say a few words as well.
Thank you. I actually got to get to know the work of CYC and meet the amazing staff of CYC 10 years ago when I started out as a youth organizer in Chinatown. And it's really been amazing to watch the growth of this organization, but also to actually see personally the difference that they've been making for young people throughout the city of San Francisco. And something that we all know that do youth work is that youth actually do migrate for services. And as an organizer, many of the young people I worked with actually lived in District 10. And there is a need in District 10 for more community-based organizations to be here to serve this community. So it's great that CYC is finally opening here. And the one thing that President Chiu had talked about is that there is a reality that our communities are moving closer together. Bayview has been historically an African-American community, and there's a growing Asian-American community that's coming to live in this neighborhood, and we cannot shy away from that. We talk a lot about public safety. Last year when I was working at Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights and we had several of the incidents that were happening on 3rd Street, Eddie Zhang, Malia, Cohen, many leaders from the Asian American and African American community came together to talk about how can we bring our communities together. Because when we talk about a safer neighborhood is a united neighborhood. We can't improve our neighborhoods. We can't make this a neighborhood for everyone unless we're a united neighborhood. And I know that CYC is committed to doing that community building and community bridging because our communities have more in common than less. And something that I know as an Asian American that's really important to me is the importance of African Americans' contribution to this country and building our civil rights. We would not be here if not for that movement. And it's really important as communities of colors come together living in the Bayview that we acknowledge our common history and our common struggle. And I know that CYC will be a part of that dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you. To make this branch office possible, it can't be happened without the funding support. We first must acknowledge the California Endowment for supporting our vision for the establishment of this branch office. We also must acknowledge and thank the Mayor's office for the continuing steadfast support we receive over the years. At this time, I would like to introduce Brian Chiu, Director of Community Development for the Mayor's Office of Housing, to say a few words.
I just wanted to say what a pleasure it was for our office that oversees the community development programming for the city to be able to offer CYC a $50,000 grant as seed money to really kick off this program. I've been familiar with the great work that CYC has done since my community activist days back in the 90s. And for a number of years, Sarah and I have been talking about the need to bring CYC into the Southeast to recognize the changing demographics of the city. And we were really looking to support an agency that was really committed not to just bringing the same kind of programming that CYC has been doing in Chinatown, but to actually create a new model of interaction. And we feel that CYC, at its heart, is the model of a social justice progressive organization that can really take the leadership by all the people in this room and can change it, I think, into a dynamic model of what this city needs to be. So again, we're really honored that we can be a part of this great celebration, and we look forward to seeing you next year when we have our 1-year anniversary, and we hope that this room will be even more packed with excitement for the great work that Sarah and her team has done here. Thank you.
At this point, I would also like to introduce another friend and CYC supporter, San Francisco Assessor Phil Tang, to give a very brief remarks.
Thanks. Thank you, Sarah. I'm just proud to be joining many of my elected city officials here today, and just again thanking CYC for coming into this neighborhood and really offering some much needed services. If you look at how much need there is in District 10, District 11, the southeast part of San Francisco, and then you map out how many agencies and how many community groups are actually here, it really doesn't even fit nearly the amount of need. So I'm here with everybody else and our city government to just celebrate and thank CYC for their wonderful work, because we know during these very challenging times, youth need a place to go. Youth need activities that they can participate in that are positive, that can serve as role models for folks. And so I'm very proud that you're taking this huge step in this neighborhood, and just happy to support it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Assessor. CYC is very fortunate to have staff who dream big and work tirelessly to make dreams a reality. Please welcome CYC Project Manager, Eddie Zhang.
Thank you very much, everyone. I'm very grateful for all of your presence because all of you represent the models that we need to follow as city officials, as community-based organization leaders, and as people who want to make a positive difference in our community. Because without you, there's not going to be any one of us left, right? Because we have to come together. So this is definitely a historical moment for all of us. One of the things that I know is that there are a lot of historical trauma in this community. Well, many of the people don't know about the suffering of the African American community, the suffering of the Asian community and the Latino community, who really are the nucleus of this community. Right? But then we don't know about each other's history. We don't know about what we go through all the time. So starting with the youth, hopefully they will lead by example to really create this trailblazing role that we want to step forward to create racial harmony. I remember the great philosopher Lao Tzu said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This will be our single step to reach out to the community, to create racial harmony, to provide resources for our underserved youth and the community. So I hope that we will continue to have this partnership with our African American community leaders in our community. And also, I want to introduce one of our youth advocates who will be joining us to make this happen. And I want to welcome Brandy Wyndham from our Bayview Youth Advocate Program.
Hello, my name is Brandy Wyndham. I am 16 years old, attending Thurgood Marshall as a rising junior. I have been living in Bayview all my life, witnessing and experiencing many things that has taken place within my community. What I like about my community is that we are able to relate to one another with similar views and do our best to stick together as a community. Bayview is facing bad publicity because of the things that goes on within it. I can personally say that Bayview needs a huge change. This community lacks support in different areas. Teens walks around these streets with low self-esteem and no hope, so they decide to run to the streets to their friends. They barely have anyone to turn to for help, guidance, or encouragement. Violence is also one of the main problems in Bayview, since jobs and programs aren't really available. They have nothing to do besides run to the streets, and the things that I believe can be changed and improved with the help from the community and government officials are many. Also, I feel that we don't have no one to really believe in us. There's no type of encouragement, and we basically is being let down because of the things that's happening, and there's not really many people to help us bring it up into a better living and a better now. My community, I can help impact my community by showing Hunters Point that there is a way. CYC can influence this neighborhood to try a different path if they are willing to. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. It is young people like Brandy who will be the future of our community. She may be the next Board of Supervisor after Malia Cohen. But truly, we can't be able to open this office right here without the support from all the community leaders and all the people who work so tirelessly to make the community better for years and years. I want to acknowledge Chief Sir for really instrumental in helping us, to give us this opportunity with the support that the leadership you provided. And the other thing is, I want to thank all my staff who work in the CYC, and especially Jay Lee, who is going to be a project coordinator facilitating the multicultural youth leadership program here. And I want to thank him for that. And I want to thank all of you for being here today. And this is truly a historical event. And with all of you, we will be successful.
Last but not least, I know there's also many other elected official representatives here who would like to present proclamations or certificates. Can I ask they all come forward as well? Oh, Leland? Oh, okay. Sure.
I know how to make an entrance. Hi, everyone. I will be super brief. Thank you so much. First off, congratulations. I will very quickly echo what everyone else has said. I know that my name's Emily. I'm here on behalf of Senator Leland Yee. I know that he would echo basically what everyone said here. He's been a longtime supporter, friend, and colleague of CYC in their various sites and throughout the city, as everyone has indicated. So on his behalf, I just wanted to quickly present this to Sarah on behalf of the state of California. We honor and recognize the Community Youth Center on the occasion of their grand opening of its Bayview branch office. We commend your service and dedication to the youth of San Francisco and specifically the Bayview community, and we're very excited to work with you moving forward. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for coming. This ends the press conference part of this morning's program. So we will be heading out to do ribbon cutting and also have our very own CYC line dance to kick off the party. Thank you.